My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we are looking at what's happening in your connection. Okay, so we're gonna get a significator for your energy towards your counterpart's energy towards you. Then we're going to look at the energy generally, your energy generally, their energy generally. We're going to look at your thoughts about each other at this time, your feelings about each other at this time, and the common energy that exists between you guys. Okay. In the extended, if you have a third party that is connected to your connection, we're going to look at that. And we're basically going to use the same format. And then we're going to look at what's going to be your person's next actions towards you within a month of you watching this reading. Okay. So let us begin. And we're going to start by getting significators for your energy generally. Just a reminder that the basic SRT class starts on Saturday. So if you've signed up, please check your inbox. I've circulated the manual, the Facebook group, and 48 hours before I will circulate the Zoom link. And this class is great for anyone that's thinking about doing any sort of spiritual work, not just, spirit release therapy, any sort of spiritual work, because what it really does is really strengthens your spiritual protection, your spiritual hygiene, and then shows you how to clear yourself and how to clear other people, okay, and how to protect the other people who are around you. All right. So, anyways, what do we have here? We have buy the book in reverse. So, what's going on now is that you guys are both breaking out of, and the words that are coming is default mode. Okay. So if you've had entrenched ways of doing things, patterns, particularly patterns that were toxic or anathemic to your growth, development, happiness, it feels like all these are falling away and you guys are doing everything brand new. And because you guys are doing everything brand new shit is happening to you, right? So it feels like you guys have gone off your usual script, what you're meant to do, what you're meant to do. Because we might find that all usual script isn't even all script, is what society may have told us we had to do, or family may have told us we have to do. Maybe it is the voices of critics in our heads. Maybe it's the voices of old partners that might have been dictating the pace still, but you're going off script because you are doing what self-love dictates at this time, which is prioritizing your needs, yourself, your health, your well-being. Okay, so it feels like this is the general energy that exists between both of you guys. Okay. All right. Let's get a significator for you generally. Well, Spirit wants you to know that you're blessed. I am blessed, right? Because that's the song I'm hearing in my head right now. It's a kind of reggae tune. They want to tell you that you're blessed and you're blessed. Breast. Maybe you're blessed with breasts. I don't know. Or maybe, maybe a counterpart likes that particular area of breast or chest or something like that. Anyways, let's refocus. They want you to know that you're blessed. Always, always. You're blessed. And if you notice that half of our body is in a cocoon and half of our body is free, so it feels like you are climbing out of some shell. And whilst you climb out of that shell, or you shed that part of the cocoon, you're being protected whilst you do that. So you are in transition now, You are in transition now, and as you make those transitions, Spirit wants to know that you are protected and you are indeed receiving the blessings of the divine. And they also want you to know, and I think you feel, or you're about to feel, the freest you've ever felt in your life, because what you're about to do now is not dictated by any sort of societal belief. It's not dictated by any paradigm. It's not dictated by the twin flame dynamic. It's not dictated by what your soulmate wants or anything like that. It's all about you and what really honors you. So you're not allowing anything or anyone to trap you in something that is not for your health, growth, and well-being. This is where you're at, especially when it comes to interpersonal relationships. And the reason why I say that, because this is master number 22. And master number 22 is about mastering your intimate relationships. So it's your relationships with family, it's your relationships with persons who are not platonic, it's your relationships with persons who are platonic, it's relationships with your co-workers. Okay? So you might find as well that there might be more tests or challenges coming up in that area. People might come out to test you, but you're going to pass with flying colors, because whatever you do, you're going to do it with love for the other person and love for yourself. Okay? All right. Let's see where your person is at. Where are they generally? They are message in a bottle. Okay. And it's messages about love. And it's messages that have them very emotional. Some of these messages are about love. It's the card number 15, which reduces to 6. So this is the lovers. Okay. And some of these messages are about their toxic habits in love. It's a card number 15, which is the devil, which talks about all codependent tendencies, toxic traits, toxic patterns, especially ancestral toxic traits and patterns, right? Things that have really had us locked in. I think there's a lot of conversations going on, and not just conversations with persons who are in the 3D, but also conversations with the divine and spirit, and a lot of revelation through dreams, through visions, through direct communication about their patterns, especially when it comes to love. And I think for a lot of them, they might be doing some sort of life review, and that life review really has them in their feels at this time. Particularly what is coming through as they do that life review is how aloof or compartmentalized they have been when it comes to their love relationships. They've built this shell around themselves, and no matter how deep or how close they get to a partner, the partner never really gets to the heart of who they are, because they've never allowed it. They've always secured themselves in their little shell, in their little bubble, and whatever their partner knew about them is what they allowed, or what was curated. I feel though that you got him, because when we look at this bottle got some water inside of it. I think you were able to penetrate that shell, that wall somehow. Somehow that bottle tipped and you were able to slide right on in. So you might be the only person that truly sees, that truly knows, and yet still loves this person. That's a deep realization that they are having right now. So they are doing a lot of introspection. Might be in hermit mode right now, for sure. But they're really thinking about how they may have pushed people away, especially when it comes to love. So what we have here is a saboteur, a self-saboteur. So all this time they may have been blaming other people for um, their misfortunes in love. But now they're seeing the only person that they have to blame really is themselves because they've been actively pushing people away. All right, what do we have here? We have Death card in reverse, still in transformation. So let's see what's going on. Spirit, tell us about this blessed card. Okay, we have the High Priestess in reverse, and we have the Queen of Cups. What I'm getting from this, especially with this Master number 22, is that you are really doing the work now. Okay? Before, there's a lot of things that you perceived, you were in the High Priestess mode. And you know, High Priestess, she can be a bit of, what is the word? She can be a bit untouchable and kind of porcelain-like, right? She herself is very aloof, and she doesn't communicate much because she's operating on a different level. She's operating in the ethers, and she almost feels untouchable, right? Like nothing can really rock her because she knows what's going on already, but she operates in the ethers. But you see, Queen of Cups, she operates in the ethers, but her foot is on the ground. And I think that's where you're at right now. So you may have spent a lot of time in the healing heart, as K Moon called it, right? Doing a lot of things in the ethers, a lot of things energetically to heal. But now you are embracing the big lessons, right? And that is to now apply and integrate this knowledge on the ground. So some of you guys may be going back out onto the dating scene. Some of you guys may be faced with lessons in real time at work or with your family. And it's now all about taking what you've learned and applying it to real world circumstances. So this is where the real test occurs. Let's see message in the bottom. Okay. Let's see message in a bottle. Woo. All right. So, boom, we jump right out with the relationships. Okay. So, a lot of messages coming about their intimate relationships, particularly, right? Their romantic relationships. Spirit clarify. And this is what they're committing to do. They're committing not to sabotage it, right? When the Five of Swords is in the upright, this is a self-saboteur. This is one trying to get the upper hand, even if it means destroying what they really want, okay? Because it's all about power and control, but they're not doing that now, right? They are committing to truly immerse themselves in love, and also it feels like they're stepping away from any kind of non-ethical non-monogamy, right? So any kind of third-party situations and like that, they're stepping back. And they're getting rid of that because what they realized is they wittingly or unwittingly have been sabotaging the best things that have ever happened to them. Okay, let's see your energies towards each other at this time. Energies towards each other. All right, we have quarrel. Okay, I don't know what the beef is about, but we're about to find out. And even though you guys are pissed off with each other, you still want to come together. So let's see what that's about. All right, your energy towards your counterpart at this time. So it might be a mixed bag. What is this? You know, and just as I said, the mixed bag, the card of the mixed bag comes out, right? I wouldn't say love, hate in particular, But sometimes you want to run to them and sometimes you want to run away. Sometimes you feel close to them and then sometimes you feel trapped. So there's a lot of fluctuation. And when you're in this energy, it's very hard to manifest either path, right? So, this is where you're at. So you have this push-pull energy towards them at this time. And nothing's going to manifest, right? You've not chosen, right? So it feels like maybe your mind has chosen, but your heart is doing something else. Maybe when you think of them, you feel happy, but you also feel a lot of anger, right? So it feels like you have a very conflicting or complicated relationship, or complicated energies towards this person. And because of that, there's nothing that can manifest out of this. You've not chosen. You've not told the universe what you want. Your energy is saying something, and mine is saying something else. All right. Let's see your person's energy towards you. Okay, we have two coming out. We have practicality, so they're doing what's practical for them right now. And for some of them, that might be, just going through the routines of life. Okay. Just doing the mundane, going to work, coming back home, that kind of thing. Is it an effort to forget you? Perhaps. Perhaps. Right. But they're choosing the practical route at this time. And then we also have eccentricity, right? This year is different, right? Different from anyone that they have ever met. And because you're different, you're also intriguing, right? And you also inspire this person to be who they really are. They feel like they can be themselves around you. But even in this energy, I feel they are struggling with choice. So you are struggling with choice and they're struggling with choice. They're struggling with either doing the practical thing, okay, doing the logical thing, or jumping in the water, jumping in their emotions and choosing from their heart. And you might be struggling with the same thing too. Doing what you think is logical and practical, or doing what you feel is in your heart. So it feels like, both of you guys are struggling as to what is the best choice. At this time, and because you've not cleared a real path in your mind, in your heart, in your energy field, just a lot of push and pull energy and very complicated and convoluted. So you might feel stuck at this time, but it's because you've not chosen. Maybe cerebrally you think you've chosen, but it feels like in your energy field is just a ton load of emotions. And until everything about you is in alignment towards a particular path, nothing is going to happen. Let's look at your thoughts about each other at this time. When you think about your person of interest, your counterpart, what's going on mentally? We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. You think that they're not good for you. You think that this relationship is codependent. It's not honoring who you are. There's some parts of it that are echoes of old relationships and old patterns, but yet you still feel confused as to what to choose and what to do next. Okay? You may also think that this person has other choices and they may not be choosing you, right? And because you feel very convoluted in your energy field, it's just as I say, nothing is manifesting. Okay? We have the Magician here in reverse. You may even think this person might be a master manipulator, that they're playing you. So as much as you feel drawn to them and sometimes even addicted to them, you feel like you have to stay away because you don't think that who they are right now and what they're doing is good for you. Let's see, when they think about you and they think about this connection, we have Ace of Wands in reverse. They're not taking any action. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, which goes to the Ace of Pentacles. And then we have the Six of Cups in reverse. They're not taking any action either, right? As much as they want this brand new beginning, they want this do-over that's in their heart. They want this fresh start in this relationship. They want to ground something solid. They're not taking any actions towards you and this reunion at all. So for both of you guys, for want of a better word and a want of a better description, it's a kind of bipolar sort of energy, a schizoid sort of energy, where there's just so many different emotions residing within yourself that nothing is able to ground. There's no energetic clarity there. That's the best way I can describe it. There's no energetic clarity within either of you guys' energy fields. You're not over each other, and yet you're not making any moves towards each other either. So you're stuck in limbo. This is the energy of limbo for both of you guys. Okay, let's see. We have burdened. And maybe it is a bit of a burden at this time. Okay, when you think about your person, you think about them, the situation, what is your heart saying? We have withdrawn. So, you think right now, they might have withdrawn from you. You feel like they might be stepping back. But you might also feel like the best thing for you to do right now is to step back as well. Let's see what else is here. I'll pull some cards on these. We have going through the motions. So they were going through the motions, but so are you. So are you. So there might be a kind of void energy that might be going on at this time, but this is boredom. And then we also feel pathetic. Maybe you're judging yourself for not being able to be more proactive or assertive in this relationship. You may be judging yourself on things that you've done in the past, and maybe a lot of heavy self-criticism at this time. Let's see a person. When they think about you and this connection, what's in their heart? They're frustrated. They don't know what the hell to do. Okay? Don't know what to do. Don't know where to go. Don't know how to resolve this particular quandary that they've found themselves in, because they certainly do want you. That's for sure. And they're certainly grateful to have met you. So let us see what is the source of their frustration. Let's clarify these cards. So what are you feeling? You're feeling withdrawn. What's going on? Yeah, maybe there's no communication here. Maybe some of you guys have been ghosted, or maybe you have made up your mind that you will not be the one to reach out. So you're drowning yourself in work. You're doing other things. You might be working on yourself a lot, right? But you're not going to be the one to reach out at this time. Okay, we have you going through the motions. Okay, you are just trying to be present right now, really taking care of yourself, taking care of your health, and also you are realizing that in a lot of your past relationships, you weren't feeling the love. You were being breadcrumbed. And you're committing to not having that happen again. You're also feeling pathetic. Why? We have the High Priestess. Because now you're realizing that intuitively, there's so many things that you already knew about the situation, but you kind of jumped in anyway. Or you accepted things that was not aligned with self-love, even though your intuition was telling you differently. Now they're feeling frustrated. Why? Because they're in love and they want to offer this love to you. They want to tell you how they're feeling. They're feeling very romantic, but at the same time they feel blocked towards coming towards you. Why do they feel blocked? Okay, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. They feel like they've trampled all over your boundaries, and you know what? They feel addicted to you, and because they do, it makes them feel a little powerless, and it makes them feel like you have power over them, and they don't like that. But they want you. We have the energy here of lust, okay? But they're fighting it. They also feel a sense of gratitude towards you. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, but at the same time, they're not making any moves to ground this energy, but they want to talk to you. They want to talk to you so bad. So it feels like it's two people fighting their feelings for each other. Their mind is telling them to do one thing, their heart is telling them to do another, and there is no movement in this relationship. I was just going to ask what's the common energy between you guys, but that is the common energy. Let's see if Spirit tells us anything else. What's the common energy between you guys? Fair. And we have here the constellation of shattered dreams. And the constellation of shattered dreams is, when you have a dark story in love where you've undergone a lot of trauma, there's been a lot of heartbreak and pain. It's like you've been through, it's like a constant PTSD. So maybe it's CPTSD. And you just keep expecting the worst. This is both of you guys. And maybe that fear is what has you guys, kind of locked in limbo right now. Right? Fear has you locked in limbo. You're afraid if you move forward, it's going to be heartbreak. You're afraid if you stay, it's going to be heartbreak. Everywhere you think to turn, you think it's going to be heartbreak. So you just stay still. And there's no movement, there's no growth. You're just stuck. So fear has both of you guys locked in limbo. Common energy between you guys. We have mastery. So both of you guys are mastering self-love at this time. And people can see it. People can see it. People can feel it. And they too are inspired by the work that you guys are doing. So a lot of work around boundaries and self-control and discipline. Amazing, right? You're inspiring a lot of people. And both of you guys are listening to your intuition right now. Okay? So very intuitive, very open to the messages that are coming through. Let's get one more. But at the same time, you're here in the undoer conspiracy. And that is allowing the past to sabotage everything that you've built. Whether what you've built is your self-esteem, your self-image, your self-worth, you're allowing the past to destroy it. Both of you. You're allowing your fear, past hurt and pain to destroy whatever new is there in the potential. So you guys have changed so much. You've done so much work. But the past still has a hold on both of you. And that fear is what is keeping both of you guys stuck. I fear that if you move forward, you're going to encounter more hurt, more pain. So you'd rather stay with the devil that you know. Let's see what Spirit's advice for you at this time. We have deceit and guardian angel. So Spirit's telling you right away that this fear is a lie. It's a lie. And it's a lie that is keeping you back from living your best life and experiencing wonderful relationships. It is a lie. It's not real. We have psychic awareness, divine soul. So right now, your spirit team, your spirit guides are trying to communicate with you, okay? Because I think they want you to pass this boundary, to pass this last hurdle, to push through this last bit of fear, right? So you might be getting so spirit saying, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your intuitive nudges, look out for signs because they are going to be guiding you through this. Let's say psychic awareness. Card number 47. It's saying clairsentience, clairvoyance, reception, and telepathy. Your divine soul is awakening, and with it, your psychic abilities are coming alive. More evolved and specific than basic intuition, your psychic facilities are giving you access to the fourth dimension and are coming into contact with disincarnate, enlightened helpers who can assist and guide you in beautiful ways. You may start accessing divine music or tap into new healing energies. You may also receive telepathic messages and have clairvoyant visions. Heed your newly aroused psychic faculties and don't doubt the specific and profound transmissions flowing to you. Record your dreams, believe in your hunches, and accept the symbols and signals being relayed to you from the psychic realm. Trust your vibes and embrace your psychic channels fully. What they're communicating is essential to fulfilling your purpose. Ask your divine soul to lead you. Its message is embrace and trust what you receive. Right? So Spirit is saying your spirit team is communicating with you right now. And they're trying to show you the path forward. Right? So be open, receptive. And if you know you get a lot of messages in your dreams, make sure that you have your little dream journal or even your telephone nearby. And whenever you wake up in the night, write it down. It may not make sense in that particular moment, but at some point, everything is going to click, right? Because right now, it seems like it's a critical time for you. It's a critical time for this relationship. And they are communicating with you. So ask for specific signs, specific, synchronicities, right? Ask Spirit to give you a dream that's clear, right? Because they are all around you right now and they're trying to guide you out of limbo. Okay? That's what they're trying to do. All right, my love. So that was your reading. I hope that was helpful.